Agriculture remains a vital sector in Nigeria, not only as a source of food and raw materials, but also a powerful engine for job creation. With the country's vast arable land and diverse agroecological zones, agricultural produce such as coffee, cocoa, kola nut, and many others offer immense opportunities for employment across various value chains, from farming and harvesting to processing, packaging, distribution, and export. As Nigeria seeks to diversify its economy and reduce unemployment, harnessing the full potential of agricultural produce can play a key role in creating sustainable livelihoods and economic growth. This is our focus today on Panorama, coming to you from Ibadan Network Center of the NTA. I am Lanre Idowu. Thanks for joining us. The International Organization for Migration has commended Nigerians' significant strides in migration governance and disaster preparedness as Vice President Kashim Shettima called for enhanced partnership to address the humanitarian challenges facing crisis-affected regions across the country. He stated this during a courtesy visit by a delegation from the IOM led by its Chief of Mission in Nigeria, Sharon Dimanche, at the Presidential Villa. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that Vice President Kashim Shettima called for practical and inclusive solutions to the complex intersection of migration, poverty, conflict, and ecological disruption. He decried poverty, illiteracy, and environmental degradation, fueling displacement and insecurity across various regions, urging IOM to scale up support for gender empowerment and land reclamation efforts, particularly in areas affected by deforestation and displacement.
Use effects. Even the crisis in the northeast, the northwest, and the north central, there is direct correlation between poverty and violence. So I'm quite glad with your initiative for a much more pragmatic and all-inclusive solution to our challenges.
I would like to request maybe an initiative, a special initiative where we can co-work with your office and see how can we mobilize resources and looking into more durable solutions on innovation, youth empowerment, and climate resilience.
IOM Nigeria Chief of Mission praised Nigeria's ongoing migration governance and disaster preparedness, noting that the diversity of the country presents both challenges and opportunities for tailored interventions. Security is the bedrock of development in any society, and it is everyone's business. This was the charge to residents of Oyo State by Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 2, Oshogbo, Fred Ekokotu, during a 2-day walking visit to Oyo State Police Command. Grace Ayonleke tells us more.
Determined to improve regional security and strengthen interagency collaboration, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG, in charge of Zone 11, Fred Ekokotu, embarked on a duty tour to Oyo State. The meeting with stakeholders was a platform to reassure residents of Oyo State that the police will not relent in its efforts at securing lives and property.
I also come here to appreciate the good work the CP Oyo State has been doing, and also to intimate the Olubadan of the step being taken on the issue of Ibadan or Iwo land border dispute. All the stakeholders, because the job of policing cannot be done by police alone.
Oyo State Commissioner of Police Johnson Adonola lauded AIG Ekokotu's recent peace-building efforts aimed at resolving the lingering boundary conflict between Lagelu local government area of Oyo State and Iwo local government area of Osun State.
I align my leadership with the Inspector General of Police vision of a professionally competent, service-driven, and people-friendly police force. This vision aims to foster stable economic recovery. To achieve this, I conducted an immediate assessment and implemented a strategic 8-point action plan tailored to the specific needs of the good people of Oyo State.
Stakeholders lauded the police for the peace and tranquility in the state and reaffirmed their unwavering support for the security agency.
But when the people of the community collaborate together, come together to help them to trash out and fish out those bad dogs in our community, so their work will be very easier, because most of them are not.
Highlight at the event was the presentation of awards and gifts to the AIG in Ibadan. Grace Anyolike, NTA News.
Nigeria has remained a monolithic economy over the years, with successive governments intensifying efforts to diversify. The renewed hope agenda of the present administration has taken a step further by creating an enabling environment for diversification. Kehinde Omolosho reports that experts identify technological advancement as pivotal towards improving agricultural revenue for the country.
Nigeria ranks fourth as the largest cocoa exporter globally, with a production of approximately 300,000 metric tons of cocoa beans annually. The cocoa sector, which is a significant source of foreign exchange, along with other agricultural products for the country, according to research, supports over 300,000 farming families in the country.
2024, a ton of cocoa was 1.8 million naira. But today, it's about 11 million, 12 million naira. You can see the change in terms of the amount of money that farmers are getting.
When we were younger, we were not talking about oil. Cocoa was one of the agricultural crops that were cash spinners. That was how Nigeria was built.
Developing a wider range of processed products to stakeholders will increase the market opportunities for the country.
Regulations that incentivize not only the farmers, the aged farmers, even bringing the youth closer to make sure that Nigeria continue to play a role in terms of not only developing the cocoa economy, but at the same time making sure that we are also giant in production.
Giving incentives for the agricultural sector, including tax breaks, subsidies, and investment in research and development, will allow Nigeria to unlock the full potentials of its agricultural sector, thereby improving the livelihoods of its farmers, while creating significant increase in its export earnings from cashew, cocoa, coffee, tea, and cola. Kehinde Omolosho, NTA News.
Joining me in the studio to discuss further on this is a youth visionary leader, Blessing Naman. Thanks for finding time to join us on Panorama today.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. What is the current state of coffee and cocoa production in Nigeria?
Well, anyway, a coffee-licious morning to you. There's a great morning here in the city of Oyo. And I can say I'm really proud to be part of Nigeria, and also the development that is about to come through coffee, chocolate, and tea. Bringing out the current states of coffee, chocolate, and tea is a wake-up call to each and every Nigerian. Looking at what is going on between 2023 to 2025, I can see a very good growth in the area of cocoa. But when I discover what is going on with coffee, cocoa has grown from 280 to 340. So it means there is some level of growth. But we must occupy that position which we were before, which is the first. We're going to occupy that position. We're not remaining at number 6, but we're remaining at number 1. Why? Because Nigeria has every tendency to grow. But in the area of coffee, the state right now, I think, is a wake-up call for all of us in Nigeria, looking at the potentials of the market. Why I pick up this project is actually because of what I saw in 2023, from about 1,844 in terms of production, and it's declining. But the consumption is increasing, but the production is declining. And I think presently this is what I know about the state of cocoa and coffee and tea presently.
Thank you very much. How significant are coffee and cocoa in nation's agricultural export profile?
Wow, it's very, very minimal, I can say. But cocoa is getting there. But coffee, I think we need to, we're not there yet. I can't even talk about, because the position is very, very minimal. It's not something I can really say in a growing nation like Nigeria. I think we should do more than that, because I've been selling coffee for over 13 years of my life, and I know that coffee is a very big market, cocoa is a very big market, tea is a very, very big market, even cola is a big market. Why? Because these are daily consumable. Like, even if the business owner is not serious, the consumer is serious. So I look at the potential of growing coffee to become one of the first export income we have in Nigeria as our priority.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How can increased investment in coffee and cocoa production lead to more employment opportunity, most especially for Nigerian youths?
Wow. Anytime we talk about employment, I look at, we have exhausted employment, we need to go into creation.
Okay.
What Nigeria needs now with the population and the manpower we have in Nigeria, what we're looking for is job creation, not job seekers. Now, looking at the coffee, chocolate, and tea space, when I look at the daily consumption, I see a lot of opportunity. And basically, as a company, the visionary leader of Lindsay Global, what I look at is how do we create lifestyle in the community? How do we make these three things, job opportunities, skills development, and then community development, become the priority in the company? We decided to design 821 coffee shop to enhance job opportunity. We're targeting 10,000 employment in less than 3 years using the coffee shop.
Thank you. Before I let you go, do you think there is more awareness in terms of coffee and cocoa production in Nigeria?
There is no awareness, and that's why we're going into campaign using the coffee festival coming in August for us to be able to do the awareness for people to get into the business properly for job creation.
Thank you. Because of our time, that's all what I'll be able to take for the discussion segment. I've been speaking with Blessing Naman, and she's a visionary youth leader. Panorama continues after these messages. Stay with us. Agricultural research institutes have been described as pivotal to achieving President Bola Tinubu's administration's mandate in attaining food security. This is the take of the newly appointed chairman of the governing board of the National Horticultural Research Institute, NIHORT, Ibadan, Bello Ayuba, while addressing management and staff of the institute in Ibadan. Wasiu Rahuf has details.
The NIHORT board chairman, Bello Ayuba, commended the institute's capabilities in developing new horticultural crop varieties and high-yielding products, emphasizing on the institute's potential to enhance food security, particularly in crops like tomatoes, garden eggs, plantains, bananas, onions, papayas, and melons. He assured the institute of President Bola Tinubu's support to boost food sufficiency.
The issue of research, the institute should not be static, and I don't think if they are static, they have been up to date, they have been engaged into research to improve seedlings.
Earlier, Executive Director NIHORT highlighted the institute's achievement in developing new seed varieties for food security and pledged to scale up research findings for food sufficiency in Nigeria.
And for researchers to do the best work, it is conducive atmosphere and environment. So that is why we put all resources together to start the construction of that office rooms there, which we researcher office.
NIHORT has the mandate to improve genetic production of fruits, vegetables, and ornamental plants, playing a vital role in enhancing Nigeria's food security and agricultural development. In Ibadan, Wasiu Rahuf, NTA News.
Sean of Ogbomoso land, Oba Gandhi Afolabi Olaoye, has interfaced with Ogbomoso indigenes and called on them to support his 25-year development plan aimed at fast-tracking development in the nooks and crannies of the valiant city. This was at a town hall meeting initiated by the monarch. Abiodun Babalola reports.
The meeting, first of its kind, afforded the indigenes the opportunity of interacting with their king and promised their total support and loyalty to the highly revered monarch. Oba Olaoye, while appreciating his subjects for honoring the invitation, says there is no reverse in achieving positive outcomes for his 25-year development plan.
That is, we want to turn this time around in the next 25 years.
The monarch gave some progress reports under his 25-year development plan in ensuring regular water supply, qualitative health care, security, good road network, enhancing investment in small and medium enterprises, and called on his subjects to join hands with him in realizing their dreams. Oba Olaoye announced free provision of education materials and scholarship awards to best students and diligent teachers, including school principals of the best schools, with cash donations from 500,000 naira to 1 million naira.
Let's go into mechanized farming. Some should develop that area too. Let's find way to go into agriculture, both left and right. When you are going to Ishayin, there are land. We could create a lot of things to make sure we have enough food in Ogbomoso.
The attendees called on the monarch to sustain the meeting. Abiodun Babalola, NTA News.
Aya and environment in Asokoro district of the FCT ground to halt when the Nigerian Navy on a fitness mission kicked off its second quarter routine march on a rainy Saturday morning. Defense correspondent Najatu Tijani was on the board and now reports.
Setting off in the drizzle and light shower, the officers, ratings and NYSC members march on, their spirits undeterred. The drizzle gradually gives way to clear skies and onlookers can't help but gawk at the smart military personnel.
For a person who isn't used to really working out or keeping fit, that person might find it extremely difficult to keep up with personnel of the Nigerian Navy.
After completing the fitness mission, the Chief of the Naval Staff encourages the personnel in a goodwill message delivered by the Executive Director Operations Navy Holdings Limited. Experts say walking at a brisk pace for at least 30 minutes a day can have heart-healthy benefits and more. The Navy says, come rain, come sunshine, with every step it will continue to safeguard Nigeria's maritime domain and protect critical energy assets. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
I'll join our sport desk for more updates from the world of sports.
Let's begin with football, as all is now set for the Week 2 encounter of the 5th edition of the Abuja All-Stars Veterans Football Tournament, ongoing at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, with 6 decisive matches scheduled at the FIFA Goal Project of Package B. Still on football, ahead of the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations, scheduled to run from July 5th to 26th, Nigerian Super Falcons will depart for Morocco on Wednesday, June 25th to begin a 10-day final preparation camp. The trip to Morocco will follow a brief training section in Portugal, where the Falcons are set to face the Portuguese women's national team in a friendly match on Monday. Also, as part of their build-up, the Falcons will also engage in a second friendly match against regional rivals Ghana upon arrival in Morocco. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football (CAF) has officially confirmed that Kenya will host the final of the 2024 African Nations Championship (CHAN). The hosting rights for the tournament were jointly awarded to Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. According to the announcement, Tanzania will stage the tournament's opening match, while Uganda will be the venue for the third-place playoff. Kenya, on the other hand, will have the honor of hosting the final. Elsewhere, Nigeria's under-19 women's basketball team, the Junior Tigers, have kicked off preparations for the upcoming FIBA under-19 Women's Basketball World Cup, set to take place in Czech. The Junior Tigers booked their place at the World Cup after finishing as runner-up at the 2024 FIBA Under-18 Women's Afro-Basket in South Africa, losing 76-56 to Mali in the final. With sports updates, Peter Oibo, NTA News.
Report for today.
For joining us. For Saturday, while many areas can look forward to some dry spell, though there's still a bit of weather activities in the mix early in the day, there is a slim chance of morning thunderstorms over parts of Taraba, some parts of Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, and the Federal Capital Territory. These storms could bring moderate rainfall to some parts of the southeast coast, so it's wise to keep an umbrella handy if you're in that region. Later in the day, we are keeping an eye on the northeastern states down to the part of the central states where we may see very isolated thunderstorms, possibly with or without rainfall. Nothing widespread, but enough to watch out for if you're planning to be out. Down south, moderate rains are likely to make their way through parts of Ogun, Ondo, some parts of Oyo, Ekiti, Edo Delta, and other parts of the southeastern region. Though again, these are expected to be mostly isolated. Thank you for watching.
And that does it on Panorama today. Thanks for joining us. I am Larry Du. Enjoy the rest of your day.